What's up everybody, Jared here with carbuzz.com, and this week I am driving a very special vehicle. This is the 2022 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. I've already driven the Grand Wagoneer and the regular Wagoneer on a first drive event in New York. We have a video of that already up on our channel, so I will drop it with a link in the description. So if you're interested to see how this car drives, you should be sure to click that video. But in this video, I'm going to take you on a full tour of the Grand Wagoneer, talk about all of the different features that you get on this magnificent beast of a luxury SUV. So if you enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell to be alerted of our latest videos. So now let's go ahead and check out the outside of the Grand Wagoneer, where the first thing that you may notice is no Jeep badge up front. You're not going to see a lot of Jeep badges anywhere on this vehicle. You're going to see it say Wagoneer here up front in this gorgeous lettering that has a little bit of bronze accent to it. That's part of the Grand Wagoneer experience. We've got this very blingy grille. You know, we've got our Jeep traditional 7 slots up front with these gorgeous LED headlights with the chrome around them as well. It looks really nice. We've got our lower fog lights down here as well. We've even got some tow hooks finished in chrome as well. So you do have that luxury vibe, but it is still tough like you'd expect from a Jeep. We've got these beautiful machined wheels. These are 22 inches. You'll notice that the center caps read Wagoneer, not Jeep. You won't see Jeep in many places, although you will see Jeep Performance here on the headlight. So that is one place where it says Jeep, but not too many other places. We've got Grand Wagoneer written here with our American flag, letting us know that this is an American luxury car. You might have noticed we have a power retractable running board. So when you walk up to it with the key, it will drop the running board for you. So you can go ahead and put your foot right on that, and then it will retract. This car is very long. It's got a longer wheelbase than what you'll get on a Chevy Tahoe or a Ford Expedition, although the overall length is a little bit shorter than something like a Suburban or Escalade ESV. So it's a little shorter than those, but a little longer than like the base versions of those cars. Now, Jeep has tried to kind of replicate the old Wagoneer model here with the very square, big window here on the back. I think it looks great. We've got Grand Wagoneer written across the back here. Got these very cool tail lights here as well. Now, this is a Series 3 model that is the most expensive version of the Grand Wagoneer that you can get. So this one does have pretty much all the bells and whistles that you can get on one of these. We do have a tow package underneath here as well, but it is hidden underneath this bumper. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up the cargo area so you can see how massive the Grand Wagoneer is. And when I say massive, it's massive. So this is a huge amount of cargo space behind the second row here. I can go ahead and put those seats down using these buttons here on the back. So I can go ahead and drop those down. You can see that one bumped into my seat because my seat was retracted back using the entry and exit function. This one dropped down though. The only thing about the Grand Wagoneer is you can see we have this big center console here, so you can't get rid of that. So you don't have a completely flat storage area. Now you can only drop those second row seats down back here using these power controls. You can't lift them back up. What you can do is lift up the third row seats here. So I'm going to go ahead and lift those up via power. I'm just holding the buttons down. You can actually take your hand off and they will finish going all the way up. Now, as you can see, even with the third row, we've still got plenty of storage. See, this is why I like the Grand Wagoneer over something like the regular wheelbase Escalade. That is a ton of space, even with the third row up. You still have a plenty usable trunk back here. I can go ahead and lift this up. We have a little bit of storage. We have our little cargo shade and cargo net down here. Not too much storage down here, though. We do have our button right here to go ahead and close the tailgate. We'll go ahead and watch that close for a second as I show you the second row. So let's actually go ahead and start up the vehicle because I think most of the functions we're going to want to have the car on for. So we've got this very cool starter button here that kind of juts out of this nice wood trim. Ooh, yes, we've got that lovely 6.4 liter Hemi V8 that sounds so good when you start it up. Now let's hop in the back seat first. It's gonna honk at me for having the key in my pocket. Let's go ahead and get this seat folded up. So to get into the third row is quite easy. You've got a button right here on the top of the second row. Just push it and you will see that the seat is going to fold back all the way, and then you can push it up just like a little bit more. That's gonna allow you to get into this third row, where we do have 3 seats right here, 1, 2, and 3, with 3 seat belts with plenty of space as well. So here we go. We are sitting here in the third row of the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Let me go ahead and pull the seat back just to show you how much room I actually have. Look at that. I am not even close to touching my knees to the seat here. Although the seat is a little bit far forward, you might want to slide it back just a little bit. I've got air vents here. I can actually recline the seat back using this little button right here. I've got a USB and a USB-C port right here. I've got a cup holder. I've got some storage. We've got the same on the other side. This is a very luxurious place to be. I can hang some stuff here on this little cargo hook. I even have, check this out, my own sunroof here in the third row. Jeep really did think of everything back here. This is a really nice place to sit. I do have access to this front console here as well. I can fold back this little nice wood storage area, and there's even more, a USB and a USB-C. Just such clever thinking back here. Now to get out, super easy. Just push this button, watch the seat eject. Let's go ahead and step out so we can show you the second row. Let's go ahead and put that chair back into place. I'm gonna go ahead and step in so you can see how much room I have now. So as you can see, I had a ton of legroom in the third, not that much here on the second, but that's because this seat is all the way forward right now. If I slide it back, now you can see a lot better in terms of legroom. I can also recline this seat back significantly, so I can get plenty comfortable back here. And we do have on the Grand Wagoneer our own climate controls right here, so I can turn on my heated and ventilated second row seat. I can also turn this screen off if I want. And I do have my own climate controls back here. I already showed you we have our USB, USB-C. We've got more storage underneath here. That's great. I've got my cup holders here in the center console. And then down here, it's a little dark, but you should be able to see we've got our air vents. We've got more USB and USB-C ports. And I do have a household outlet down there as well. So again, tons of charging you can do. We've got our glass panoramic roof over this row and over the front roof. And I do have sunshades as well, blocking out that harsh Florida sun. So it is super comfortable being back here. I'm loving the second row here on the Grand Wagoneer. Got air vents there as well. So let's hop out and I will show you the front row. Hold your honking. We've got this beautiful wood finish. It's like an unfinished wood, so there's no like glossiness over it. It feels like real wood. That's because it is. We've got these beautiful leather seats with quilting down here. You can see they say Series 3 to let us know that we have the most premium version of the Grand Wagoneer. Let's go ahead and step inside. We've got our 2-spoke steering wheel, reminiscent of the original Jeep Wagoneer. Here's where all of your cruise control and drive assist functions are. This car has really good highway steering assist. You can change what gear you're in. That's useful for like towing maybe. And then over here we have our audio controls for our Bluetooth, and you can control this main screen using this. You can see it's all a digital display. We have our night vision, which is really cool. We've got a bunch of other functions that we can go through here. I can have my fuel economy information, and I can change what's on this screen using the various menus. I feel like this is very flexible and customizable. You can even pull up a full map, which is quite nice as well. So you can be GPSing and have your map up there if you don't necessarily want to have it here, which is good. The only thing that I don't like here on the cabin is there is a lot of gloss black material that is very reflective, and it does get a lot of fingerprints as well. Other than that, the stitching here is amazing. The leather here is amazing. This does feel like a $100,000 cabin, and if you are curious, this is the window sticker here. Base price of $104,000 for a Wagoneer Series 3, and then we have a few options on top of that, bringing it to $107,000. But trust me, it is worth it in here. Let's go ahead and talk about the technology. This is Jeep's Uconnect 4 infotainment system. So we've got this big massive touchscreen, wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, everything works great. We've got tons of cool vehicle functions on here. If I come over here to app, we've got the relax function. So I'm gonna go ahead and click that to show you. Check out how cool this is. It pulls up a fireplace. Let me go ahead and turn the volume up. You can hear it. It's so relaxing. We actually have a screen over here that's also a fireplace. You can't see it from the driver's side, but I can bring the camera over here. So you have a little passenger display over there. I'll show you that in just a little bit. But yeah, this is the fireplace function. I like this one too, topographic. Beautiful. I could just sit there and listen to that all day long. It's super trippy. This is Aurora. Beautiful. Aquarium. You have it on this screen as well. And then what's the last one? Forest. So this one's like a bunch of trees. You hear the crickets and stuff like that. Oh, there we go. Let's turn that off. Speaking of the audio you just heard, we have this Macintosh audio system with 23 speakers. This is one of the best audio systems you're going to get in any car. Sounds fantastic. We have this button right here that will take us to this cool screen. So if you do have something playing, let me see if I can turn the volume up just a little bit. You'll see the decibels move. That's really a neat feature. Macintosh is a very prestigious brand. We've got our surround view camera, great resolution on that. We've got our fam cam as well. This is another cool feature that was first seen on the Chrysler Pacifica. So if you have kids riding in the back, there is a camera up there. It's what I'm pointing at right here. You can see all of the kids. You can zoom in on them. So let's just say little Susie is poking little Brandon in the face. Yeah, that's you can be like, hey, Susie, stop tugging at your brother's hair, blah, 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 blah. And you can zoom in on different ones. I think that's a nice feature for a family. That's pretty much all the cool stuff that you can do on this, although there's probably a lot more that I haven't played around with. It's hard to do all of this stuff in just 1 week. There's so many bells and whistles on this car. When you do figure out everything, you can save it to a profile. And then when you get in with that key fob, it will basically save everything for you. We've got our heated and ventilated seat controls here. You can even control the zones. So if you want it just on your back or just on your butt, you can have that, or both. You've got your heated steering wheel. Of course, these are obvious features on a $100,000 luxury car like this one, but we also have our massage functions. We have all of the controls here on the door. This button right here is going to activate your massage. We've got a ton of different functions here. You can see this lower screen. We've got, yes, another touch screen is where we can control what massage functions we want. Lower waterfall, lower back, extend, and then we have different intensities for that as well. This screen also handles our seat controls. You can see how many different ways there are to adjust these seats, and also our climate controls, both front and rear. But if you don't necessarily want this screen, you have hard buttons right here. So you see you can raise the temperature up or down, and the fans here with these hard buttons, so you don't have to use the touch screen. And if I push this button, watch this, it's going to retract the screen altogether, and that's where I have even more USBs. I have my HDMI for the passenger screen, so if they want to watch an Amazon Fire Stick or something like that. I forgot to mention you can get screens in the back with built-in Fire Sticks. Ours just didn't have it. I'm assuming the chip shortage is why they didn't want to put it on this press car. And then if you look in here, you also have a wireless charger. I've got all my junk in there. So let's go ahead and close the lid on that and see that beautiful screen again. We also have our button here that's going to turn on and off that passenger screen. We've got traction control and a couple other functions down here. We've also got our off-road settings, so we can go into snow, rock, sand, mud. This is not a super off-roading type car, despite it being a Jeep. We can raise the air suspension using this controller as well. This is not the Jeep that I would want to buy if I was doing any sort of off-roading, but it can sort of do it if that's what you're after. We've got our cup holders here with our nice wood finish. There are other wood finishes as well, but I happen to love this one. I love how it says Grand Wagoneer over there on the passenger side. In here, we have another storage area similar to what we saw in the back, with more USB and USB-Cs. And the cool thing is you can also get a refrigerator in here, and it really chills your drinks. I put this in not that long ago. It was very warm, and now it is freezing cold, so this does work really well. You can also get a safe in here if you'd prefer that instead of the refrigerator. And then we also have our digital rear view mirror. We've been seeing that on a lot of cars lately. It's a little bit hard to show you with the sun glare here, but I do want to step out into the passenger side to show you that secondary passenger screen, because that is a cool feature. So let's go ahead and step on over there as the car honks at us. Our power retractable running board goes off, and I'll show you this cool feature because this is something that you're not going to get in a lot of other vehicles at the moment. So this passenger screen, so you have to turn it on here. It doesn't work unless you have somebody sitting here, because it is tinted in such a way that you really can't see what's on it from a driver position. That's for safety. You don't want to be staring at this secondary screen and taking your eyes off of the road. But once we're over here, your passenger now has access to the navigation. So if you are fussing around with the radio over here and you don't want that screen to go away, your passenger can put in the destination here. They can also view the different vehicle cameras, which is quite well. So that is our surround view camera. You can change the different angles here on the screen. It's a little bit small, but it is nice that the passengers don't have to turn their head to look at the main screen. You can also look at the fam cam from here, which is quite cool. They have the same functions to zoom in wherever they want as well. And if you do have the rear screen option, you can connect a different audio source, even like an Xbox or something like that. If you wanted to bring that with you in the car, you can watch that here as well. So if the kids are in the back watching Netflix, the passenger here can also watch it here on the screen, and because the driver cannot see it, it will not distract them, which is quite nice. So I think that's everything in terms of the interior. I told you there was a lot to show you there. And then I want to just wrap up by showing you the engine, because it is a big boy. So let's go ahead and pop the hood. You can do that right here. So the regular Wagoneer comes with a 5.7 liter Hemi V8, but the Grand Wagoneer gets the big boy, the 6.4. You actually can't get this motor in a Ram 1500, but you can get it here. It's got like 460 horsepower and about the same amount of torque. I think it tows around 8,000 to 10,000 pounds, which is great. We've got this really nice plaque right here that says designed in Auburn Hills, Michigan, born in America Wagoneer. This is a big boy motor mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. I think in the full-size luxury vehicle class, this is my favorite drivetrain. It is buttery smooth, you barely feel it, and it just accelerates effortlessly. So that was my full tour of the 2022 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Again, if you're interested in figuring out how this car drives, I have a full review description. The link is in the description below. As always, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell if you want to be alerted of our latest videos. I hope you've enjoyed this full walk around of the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. I'll see you next time.